have the opportunity to go and buy some bumpers. And I don't really get this opportunity a whole lot, so I figured I'd film it. What we're going to go today is we're going to go buy some late 70s and mid 70s bumpers. These bumpers are not going to be cheap. We're looking at a 73 Le Mans and a 76 Le Mans kind of pair setup, and hopefully, he says he also has a 77 New Yorker bumper. The New Yorker bumper is the one that I'm most interested in, but as of right now, I'm going to take any bumpers I can get, because if you guys remember from Gravenhurst, the rebar bumper that I used on the back of that, which was actually off of a 2008 Chevy Outlander, it's like the minivan, but anyway, it didn't do very good, and it pretty much destroyed the front of the car. So we have some big derbies coming up this year where I'm actually allowed to run 70s bumpers. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to run some 70s bumpers. With what I am allowed to do to these Camrys, I think with what I am actually allowed to do, these front frames will hold up to a super heavy bumper. Yeah, I don't want to put a 400-pound loaded bumper up front, but you know what? I want to push the limits. I want to try running a 150-pound New Yorker bumper on the front of a Camry. Something tells me that will be intense. So I got Harley loaded up, right, Harley? Squirrel! So we got our faithful companion Harley with us. Good girl. And we're going to go for a drive today. The bumpers are about 3 hours away from our house, so we did not bring the Dodge. We brought the minivan. So let's go see if we can get ourselves some bumpers. Well, we've made it. And where'd we make it to? We've made it to my buddy's house. And my buddy, he collects older cars. I think he's done maybe one demolition derby, but he collects a lot of Camaros and Chevy products. And what that means, oh, there he is probably texting me. What that means is he's got bumpers. And I'm after some bumpers. We'll see what kind of deals we can work out, but a lot of the rules around me say they have to be rebar. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a rebar. That's a Camaro rebar. So maybe we might get that. We're after a couple of other bumpers. What we have over here is actually Persian. I know that he won't sell the bumpers off this. And then we have another Persian. I think I might be buying the bumpers off this one. Not 100% sure. This is actually a really, really, really nice car. Just got a good smack in the passenger side. Pretty decent smack, actually. Look at that, another rebar bumper there. I wonder if these ones on the back are any good. Here is one of the bumpers that we're after. It's not really as clean as I thought it was. Some of the photos I was sent maybe looked a little bit better than that. But you know what, it's still a good bumper. Even if it is a little bit rotted, it's still a good bumper. So we'll see if we can work out a price on this one. It was definitely, I didn't think it was this bad. Some little bit of holes through it. Yeah, a little bit of holes through it. What's the back one look like? If you guys don't know what this is actually a New Yorker. And these cars are tough. These cars are really tough. So he actually wants to restore this car and put it back on the road, but he doesn't want to restore it to be a driver. Well, he wants to drive it, but what he wants to do is he wants this to look like the shitmobile off of Trailer Park Boys. So if you guys ever know the Ricky's car that he drives, it's nicknamed the shitmobile, and this thing looks exactly the part. So he's got a great start on it. Rear bumper is, again, pretty rough. Really rough, actually. Oh, pretty rough. It's got a steel backing, and that's all that really matters to me. So we'll see if we can get a good deal for these. Hopefully we can get a good deal. Trunks, not the best either, but you know what? A lot of these Dodge products didn't really last out here. They're very prone to rotting, and that's why we really don't see too many Dodge products left out here. But we're just waiting for him to show up. He slept in a bit, so maybe we can start taking a look around at some of these bumpers. But I did think that New Yorker bumper was going to be a little bit better than that, so that's not ideal, but it's still something. Oh well. Let's see if we can get this bumper. Still one of the best stickers I've ever seen in my life. Well, this one's not even a sticker, it's just written on with a black magic marker. Oh, to be young and be pulled over by the cops every day again. Oh, this one is a keeper, boys. This one here is even nicer. Got ourselves a nice pair of Persians. Well, I've kind of backed this minivan into a spot where I can get all these bumpers out and not get my feet super soaked. All the snow is melted. We'll probably get 1 or 2 more dumpings this year, but right now everything in my yard is a big mud pit. So I'm trying not to walk or drive around in it too much. But let's see the bumpers that we got. So I got this one. This one's off a Grand Prix, I believe, but it's 80s and newer. Downside is it's aluminum backed. So I'm not super excited about this bumper, but I didn't pay a whole heck of a lot for it, and realistically it's not really that bad. I can maybe do a video coming up to show you guys how to make aluminum bumpers. Actually pretty good. What we're going to do is we will put steel on the back side and the top side and then bolt it so it's a much stronger hold. But maybe that'd be a good video coming up. So we did get this 80s Grand Prix bumper with an aluminum backing. So I'm kind of happy about this one. Didn't pay a whole heck of a lot for it, but I still did pay for it. The next bumper, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about. And I'm not 100% sure it's going to be that good. So what we have here is the back side of it. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the back side we got a very large mounting surface, but the backing is not a C, it is just an L. And I kind of like a C because the C will give a nice reinforcement twice to the front. The L only gives top and bottom. So as soon as the front skin gets kind of torn apart, it becomes junk. But the reason why I'm not 100% sure about this bumper is because of the angle. It's quite heavy, actually. So as you guys can see, I actually have it upside down here, but it's on almost a 45-degree angle, and then there's the top part of the bumper. So if I mounted this upside down, it'd kind of like push all the other cars right up onto my hood, which is not really a good thing. Maybe if I was running like a Crown Vic with the back all wedged down, this would actually be a good bumper for the back of that to help me roll over other cars. But on a unibody front-wheel drive car, I don't think this bumper is actually going to be that great, but still a good bumper. Still has the license plate markers in it and all that, but it is a steel-backed, I believe this is a 76 Le Mans. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what I'm pretty sure it's off of. So it is kind of restricted around me because it is 70s, but a nice find is a nice find, and I can't say no to a 70s bumper. So we'll put this one into our bumper pile, that's for sure. Another 80, 90-pound bumper. The next bumper we have is not a bad bumper, but not an overly good bumper. What we have here is the rear bumper off of, I believe, like a 75 GM product. Now, it is not a fantastic out of the mills, beautiful, beautiful bumper. But what makes this bumper good is it pretty much looks like a flat bumper off of an 80s car. So this here might be able to pass for 80s newer around me, but it does have a good steel backing with a C design back brace, which actually connects to it in 2 spots. So remember how I said the other one is an L? This one is a C backed bracing. So I'm kind of happy about this one. This is the one I'll probably use first this year. Not sure where it will go, but who knows, we'll see. Always open to where it could go. So let's put this one in the bumper collection. This one here is quite heavy as well. I'm going to say another 80 pounds. Now the last bumper, you guys are going to say I'm crazy. That's just a skin. Now, what we have here is a bumper skin. And I'm not overly happy with the skin, but good news is it comes with a steel backing. Now this is actually a very, very solid looking steel backing. It was actually removed because they were restoring the car and we're going to get the bumpers re-chromed, but they didn't end up doing it, so they ended up buying different bumpers. So that means that this bumper was now up for sale. We'll still be getting more bumpers from the same house. He just has to get them off. I'm pretty sure I'm getting those New Yorker bumpers and a couple other bumpers as well. So we'll see in the future holds. But we got ourselves 4 bumpers today. I'm going to say 2 of them are quite usable the way they are, and maybe 2 of them would need a little bit of work or a special show, like that bumper with the 45. I'm not really sure where I'm going to run that. And then the aluminum back bumper is going to take quite a bit of work, but it's fine. I got these for a half decent price. I only had to drive 2.5 hours one way to get them. As you can tell, I brought the minivan, no truck, because of how far I had to drive. But I'm pretty happy with our score. I find that, I don't know, this will get us through this season. A couple more bumpers to come, so get those later on in the season when he gets those off his cars. But thanks guys for watching, and have you guys got any good bumpers recently? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.